Hey folks, Chad here. Today I want to talk about vehicle maintenance and stuff you can do for free that can help you out a lot in the long run. There's some places that offer courtesy checks, and what these are basically they'll do a few things for free, kind of just like it can lead to doing more things for them, so like it can make them money eventually. But you can also use them to your advantage if you don't want to do those like actual maintenance items yet, and you just need like something topped off or like a small problem fixed. So the one that I've known about for a while is Discount Tire, and they'll like check your tire pressure, they'll patch leaky tires for free, and I don't even think you have to buy the tires there previously. So like my tires I actually bought at a Discount Tire because they do free rotations. So every like 5,000 miles I just stop by a Discount Tire and just be like, "Hey, I'd like my tires rotated." It's completely free. Uh, like super hassle free and everything. I schedule it in a few days in advance just so I don't have to wait in the lobby for like 3 hours, but they usually get it done pretty quick. And I know people have used their tire patching stuff and have had pretty good success with that as well. And if they can't repair the tire, obviously they'll be like, hey, we recommend just buying a new tire. Like this patch isn't possible. And then the other place that I just found out this last week they do courtesy checks is Valvoline. And there might be other like quick lubricant type places like the fast oil change type places that do this too. But my differential has a pretty bad leak. And I'm getting it fixed tomorrow actually. But it's to the point to where like every week or two, like it's bad. Like something definitely hit that differential. I was probably driving on a road that I shouldn't have been, which I tend to do with my rigs, trying not to do it as much. But yeah, the differential like it drips at least once a minute. It's a pretty bad leak. So I noticed on Valvoline's website that they do differential fluid changes. And I knew that my differential was pretty low because it had been a week or two since it was last topped off. So I decided, I'm going to stop by and see if they will check the fluid and top it off for me. And, I'll pay for the fluid or whatever. I figured it'd be like 20, $40. But no, it was completely free. And they said it was very, very low and that it was leaking. And it's like, yeah, I know. But they topped it off completely free. It might have been like over a quart worth of fluid. And they said, yeah, they do that for anything. They do it for your transmission, coolant. Like if you just stop by and be like, hey, could you check this for me? They will check it. And you only have to pay if you're getting the full service. Like if you're actually getting the oil change, the radiator flush, or like whatever it is they do there. So another place that I know that does some sort of like free diagnostic type things is the mechanic that I use sometimes down in Tucson, which is Friendly Automotive, and they do complimentary brake checks. So you can take your vehicle there, and I'm sure there's other mechanics that do this, and they will just inspect your brakes just to make sure they're safe and like give you like an estimate on what the price would be to change them. So that's another really good thing to have is like if you're hearing something and you're like, ooh, I don't know if that's my brakes, my suspension, like I don't know what exactly it is, they would be able to check that kind of thing. So another place that you can get some complimentary type stuff done is like O'Reilly or Advanced Auto. Also AutoZone if you go there. But I've had them sell me the wrong part too many times that they're on my blacklist. I don't bother with AutoZone. Napa also might do this, although their prices are usually a little bit higher. And that is like getting your battery checked, alternator test. They put on your wiper blades for free. They do offer free services there. Not all the battery checks and alternator tests actually are completely accurate. I mean, they don't hurt to do typically. Uh, not going to promise that, but yeah. So there's all sorts of places to get free automotive type stuff done. You might have to like, piecemeal if you want like a few things done, like maybe your power steering is leaking and you want to just get it topped off without like actually buying the fluid and having it on hand with the funnel all the time and that kind of stuff. Maybe you just drop by your local, Valvoline, or maybe even the mechanic you go to. If you are just honest with them and be like, hey, I can't, get this repaired yet, but if I just stop by like once a week, would you be willing to top it off? And eventually I will get in here and get it repaired. Like maybe schedule something a month out. Just be like, hey, I'm waiting to get another paycheck, or maybe they're needed overnight or something, and you just can't afford that at that moment. Your vehicle is basically like a flying death trap if it's not actually like maintained very well. So like, get regular oil changes, make sure your bearings have been done like every so often. Like when you do your brakes, you could get your bearings done too, or maybe every other time or something. There's simple things that can be done that aren't very costly that could literally save your life. So you'll save a whole lot more money in the long run. Like I get my oil changes done every 5,000 miles. And almost every time they tell me that, oh, it looks like you just had your oil changed. And it's like, yeah, I take good care of my vehicle. I don't want to deal with something like 10, 15,000 miles down the road. Like, yeah, maybe I could go 20,000 miles without an oil change. But I don't want to risk the wear and tear on the vehicle. I'd rather pay, $100 every 5,000 miles. That way I know that it's going to keep running. Same thing with brakes. Brakes are actually pretty dang important if you want to be able to stop. You could save not only your life, but someone else's. So getting your brakes done, oil change, having decent tires on the vehicle, definitely if it's past the wear marks, get it changed. If the tires are over, 5 to 7 years old, just get new tires. It's worth the cost based on the safety. Do you want to be on the side of the road broken down? And that being said too, like, get good quality tires. So I personally use Yokohama Geolandar. My neighbor back in Indiana recommended them to me, and I literally have not had any issue with them for at least 5 to 10 years. So it's probably been like 8 years since I first put them on my truck. Haven't had a flat, haven't had a leak or anything that I can think of. And I have the AT4s on the van, and definitely haven't had a flat or a leaky tire or anything. No issues. They are really good tires. The ones on the van, it's like there's kind of 4 tiers. So there's like road, and then there's like off-road. So the AT4s are like right here, whereas like there's like something that are like street tires that are like a little bit better for the road, and then these are like off-road tires that are okay for the road. So they don't have like mudding tire sound on the highway, but they do have noise. So they're not like quiet street tires that are meant for like high gas mileage. These tires have gotten me through like mud and stuff, and I'm not an all-wheel drive. So those are my thoughts on vehicle maintenance and how to get some stuff done free, complimentary, courtesy, look for those words. Whether you're a nomad or not, vehicles are really important, and like I mentioned, they can literally freaking save your life. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.